Hello, welcome to the Yellow Vest Show. Welcome. So, cool beer. How's it going, buddy?
Very nice, Kyle. Thank you very much for having me once again here on the show.
Today we have 3 different segments from 3 different people. One of them is a speech from Tim.
Every Saturday across the country, from coast to coast, right from the east coast in Nova Scotia or Newfoundland to the west coast in the island of Vancouver, the Vancouver Island in Victoria, we have protests all across the nation. And they stand up for sovereignty of Canada. Not only in Canada, we have Saturday protests all over the world these days. France, Belgium, Scotland, Ireland, UK, even US, Australia. So many places we have protests, and that's for sovereignty of their respective nations, taking control of their respective federal issues within their own country, within their own government.
The people want a voice, so when we're speaking up, you wear a yellow vest. Doesn't matter left or right, we're coming together on common ground issues that we agree upon, that we're familiar with. It all makes sense. We have 4 mandates that we did in the episode before. We're still sticking to them, but there's one thing about this movement, that we're fighting corruption, and that's the end of the line.
Yeah, we would encourage all of us here in Canada to look up Yellow Vest Movement, Google it up, look up what Yellow Vest Movement is all about.
Don't use Google, DuckDuckGo.
Okay, alright, yeah. So look it up, guys. We all need your involvement. The more involvement happens, the better it is for Canada.
Yep, we need your help. There is corrupt government that we need to realign a new system. So we want votes on every single laws passed. No more passing anything without the consent of the people.
Correct. Yeah, we have referendums. Those could be in place. The involvement of the citizens needs to happen. Not only the government does not listen to us, but also the governments of different nations are getting together in the form of organizations and making decisions, enforcing those decisions from a very top up level down to us citizens, and we have absolute no say, no involvement in the decision making process. We need to see that happen.
Alright, so we got some video footage for you today. Here is one of them.
This is a couple that are totally loyal and getting it done. Bringing us together.
I'm looking for the couple.
Why are you here, Van?
I'm here because I love my kid. I love my family. And there's a lot of bad issues, and this is a fight against good and evil.
And look at our weather.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Somebody's on our side, obviously, right?
That's right. Jesus saves.
And we got some support.
If he gets reelected, it's like
There's so much wrong with this government. It's gonna suck.
if he gets in again, it's going to be so much worse than it is now.
November could be shady. How do you feel about some of the issues like the carbon tax?
Well, it's just an excuse to take more money from the people, that's it.
How come you're here, Tamara?
Hi.
How come you're here?
How come I'm here?
Yeah.
Because Trudeau needs to go, and because I want referendums for all.
How come I'm here? To get out of housework? To make a point, to try and get people to listen up?
Yep.
I don't want to live in a dictatorship.
And you got grandkids and kids?
I got grandkids and kids, yes.
That's a big reason.
Absolutely.
How about you, Jess? How come you're here?
Because Trudeau has to go.
Alright, here is the second clip. Play it right now.
Good morning, Red Deer. This is Haley Weil with Yellow Vest Red Deer coming at ya. We're having a lot of fun. This is our 7th weekend here in Red Deer. First weekend I was in Calgary, so actually it's my 8th weekend, but going strong, having fun, and I just want to share what's happening with you guys. So here's a look at what's going on in Red Deer. We got our tunes going. Love this guy, he's here every weekend. Having so much fun. I'll take you around the corner. Here's some more beautiful patriots. I'm gonna step out on the street for a second to show these people. Hi, Dale. Looking gorgeous as ever. I'm gonna walk down and say hi to the people who brought us sandwiches and coffee. Here we go. Nice to see everybody's watching. Hey guys, say hi to the live feeds. Good morning. Morning. What a great group we have here in Red Deer. These people really love their country. There's the City Hall. Hi everyone who's watching. Thank you for supporting us. This is my first live feed, by the way. I'm doing a live feed. Hey guys, how you doing today? Just doing a live feed. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. I'm going to say hi to the people who brought us some sandwiches. Hey guys. This is a local business who saw what we were doing and wanted to help out. So they've brought down some hot chocolate and some coffees. I'm doing a live feed. This is Murray. Thank you so much, Murray, for being so generous. This is Murray's amazing team. And look at the snacks. Man, we are so lucky. So this is a local business who really cares about Albertans, and they're trying to make a difference and support us, and we're so grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Are you guys having fun? Because I sure am. Okay, we're heading back up the street. I want to show you my face again in case you forget who's doing the video. Hi. How's it going? We're having a lot of fun, and that's the name of the game. And I'm not used to being on camera, but I just want to show Canada we love you, we support you, and we're having fun. Hey guys! I'd like to get yours. You've been here every weekend. Thank you. Yeah. We're super proud, right? Here's Darla, the beautiful pink princess. We've made some really great friends here, and this is a great community event. Look at this tunes. I mean, who doesn't love good hockey tunes? Super happy, super excited. Lots of support here in Red Deer. They know we're fighting for our country. Here comes the gorgeous Dale again. Shake it, girl. It's all about having fun. That's the name of the game. It was raining earlier, but it's gorgeous out now. I wish all of you guys were here. To everyone who's chiming in, thank you so much for your support. We're down here every Saturday, 11 a.m. at City Hall, and everyone is welcome. So thank you so much for your support. I'll probably do another video because actually this is a lot of fun. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right, well, we got something very exciting for you. Here's the third clip.
Hello. You can come closer. Come closer, come on. You can feel the positive energy coming off me. So see here, I have an interpreter. Finally have somebody here who can interpret. I bet we can all chat afterwards if you like. So I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Timothy. That's my sign name. I'm from the Yellow Quill, Saskatoon. I was born and raised in Prince Albert until I was 16, and I moved here with my mom. And when I was 18, I left my mom's nest and got together with my wife. And I married my wife in July of 2018. I have 2 hearing daughters. And honestly, I couldn't ask for anything more than my wife and my daughters. They're my life, and I'm a happily married man. So I currently work for the Trade Labor Corporation. I'm still hoping in the future that I will be learning more in carpentry, perhaps get an apprenticeship. And it's important never to give up on that dream and to keep having efforts towards your dreams. So here, the Yellow Vest movement is for everyone. We may have different perspectives, but we've all come together because we happen to have the same problems with Trudeau. And more importantly, we need to memorize the 4 mandates. We don't need the UN. Canada already is a united nation on its own. We're not against illegal immigrants. Sorry, legal immigrants. We're not against that. But we're against open borders. Trudeau sold our sovereignty to the UN, allowing these globalists to gamble with our backyard without consent of the Canadian people. Trudeau has done enough damage to our backyard, more than we even know. This should be waking up Canadians across the country. Our second mandate is self-sufficiency. No carbon tax, no foreign oil. It's a money grab. They tax everything we drink, everything we eat. They tax against our GST, and the price just keeps on rising. And it's like a new form of poverty. I read the Canadian government website. It said how carbon polluting will pay, but it didn't include anything about the destruction of the environment, how to save the environment. All it said was it was going to build the economy. Doesn't that seem dangerous to you? It's all about money. So the third mandate is free speech and open dialogue, free open dialogue. I know that the newspapers and the media, they're all thinking that we're trying to they're trying to keep us from following what the Yellow Vest Global Revolution is doing. They're calling us racist. They're calling us left and right-wing protesters. They think that in doing this, we're going to lack knowledge of what the Yellow Vest Revolution is about, and that we aren't going to discover our true power. And the fourth mandate is about the fact that we are a peaceful movement. We are Canadian. The media tends to label us, but all we really need to show for ourselves is our videos, our vlogs, and that's all the proof that the people need. Rather than all these labeling articles giving us a negative narrative, we're still peaceful defenders of Canada no matter what. Don't forget the 4 mandates. They are our beacon for newcomers to show people to join us. These topics are important. And it is our way of finding other ways to, as Canadians, to save ourselves and save our country. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the referendums and why it's a good idea. Referendum, that's a fair vote to change policies or laws and to control the governments and the will of the people. And it promotes the idea of decision making being put directly into the hands of Canadians at the federal, municipal, and provincial levels in order to achieve true essence of democracy. I know how the Yellow Vest Revolution originally started in France because of the blueprints and the mission statements of RIC. And it spread out to Ireland, Belgium, Australia. Right now it's starting to take hold in certain United States, in the Netherlands, in New Zealand, and in the UK. And in France, the popular referendum votes are now up to 80% of the population of France. So therefore, Yellow Vest revolution has taken place in 30 countries and the RICs in 15 countries as of last weekend, according to Roman Light. Now everyone, I am proudly representing Canadian referendum initiated by the citizen. I'm working with great ambassadors across Canada. Your job is to spread that message across Canada. We have many people who are very educated in law and the system we're working with. One of our greatest ambassadors, he's meeting with businessmen and contacts over the next week to discuss the upcoming election in securing votes. And this is our only hope to continue our process. So my ambassadors and I have been discussing what to do in the upcoming process for Canada, and we're ready to pass a message along our backyard, but it seems that we're missing a link in the chain, and I believe that is here in Saskatchewan. So we need our political beliefs, we need to put our political beliefs, the narratives, and political correctness away and start listening to our concerns, discuss, equalize, and process together. This is how we start to move forward and focus on our goals from here on out, from now. We need to come to the realization that referendum is the only thing that will put true power and full opportunity in the hands of the people, and that will allow themselves to fix the corrupt system, and be able to address all the issues Canadians are facing. Because we know that there's no political leaders that will ever fix those problems for us. We don't want to be repeating history and have political leaders lying to our faces all the time. We need to break the cycle. We need to make a new history. The next several generations will remember our solutions changed the world with love and peace. We believe this is the only solution to fix our backyard and be connected to the world. The only power the elites are afraid of is when everyone is united. Well, that's all today from me, Patriots. I've committed my life over the last couple months to the Yellow Vests of Canada. I will always be standing firm with facts, continuing to show up to the rallies for every Saturday, wearing my yellow vest proudly. I am more than happy to talk to any of you about the CRIC, and I wanted to say a big thank you to Mark for bringing all of us together here, for everything he's doing for us. So give him a big round of applause. Thank you all for coming and listening to me and my heart.
All right, we are here today with a caller, Jeremy on the line. How you doing, Jeremy?
I am doing excellent. Thank you very much. How are you guys?
I'm doing
Very
great.
nice. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Welcome to the show here.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm very proud and extremely awesome to be in this position right now.
All right, man. We want to hear what you have to say. Can you introduce yourself? Tell us what you're about.
So I am part of the Yellow Vest BC group. I'm also part of the Yellow Vest Alberta group. And I also have a worldwide group that is slowly growing at the moment into this remarkable family.
Tell us about the World Group.
Okay, our World Group was started back in mid-December because the initiative behind it is that this is going to go global anyways. So it wasn't just going to stick to Canada or France or Germany or Belgium, any of those countries. It was all going to come in together. And it is actually working as a plan right now of being brought in together. All these huge groups are now being brought into our group. So we are merging as we speak with tons of these other world groups that are actually wanting to come into our group. So our numbers actually make a difference in the long run.
I love to hear that, man. That's awesome. So it's basically a global movement against globalism.
It's exactly what it is. We are in it to end our enslavement. Like if that's how I could call it.
Yeah. Fight corruption.
That's what it is.
Jeremy, other than the social media groups, your involvement in all of that, tell us something more about your local involvement, be it Vancouver or Chilliwack or whichever areas in east on west coast.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Well, I initially when we first started doing these rallies here, originally it was just Vancouver that was doing it, but then I took a drive one day, and I went out to Chilliwack just to go shopping, and I come to realize I was coming across the overpass at 119, and there were two protesters standing outside there.
Right.
Protesting.
Yeah.
So I stopped and I got out and I talked with these people, and I made two excellent friends right off the bat, and I've been rallying with these two folks since then.
Awesome.
It's just been an exceptional run so far.
Excellent.
Right. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I heard at some of the protests they're handing out coffees, donuts, sandwiches. Some are throwing some barbecues.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we would love to get into that eventually, right? Like that's the kind of thing, is to try to build a family, right?
Oh yeah, it'll bring people in.
Boots on the ground and advertise. Like Facebook is not the place to do it anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like, boots on the
still
ground,
gotta get the word.
Go door to door.
Yeah, I agree. You still
Right.
got to get the word out on Facebook, though. We're not going to give up that front. This is a peaceful movement. We can accomplish what we want if we had the numbers, if we had the power.
Exactly, and that's the purpose behind the worldwide group, is to get the numbers to back it up.
That's right. Jeremy, tell us what you want to see accomplished through the LOS.
I would like to see us all band together as humans, and actually love and care for each other and be compassionate and respectful to each other, instead of, like the division and the racism that's going on out there. You know, I want to see everybody, it'd be nice to see everybody grab each other's hand and actually let's walk through this together.
Correct. Yeah.
And have nothing in between us. It'd be just strictly a mission.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah. We want the federal issues of Canada to be within Canada, not with somebody else.
I want to see a better world for our kids.
Yeah.
I do it for the children and the grandchildren, because if we don't stand up now, they will not have a future.
Exactly. Yeah.
Totally.
And I know that for a fact. I've done my research. I've been heavily researched into corrupt governments for over 25 years now. So I know every dirty trick that these guys are going to throw at us.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not buying any of the games. That's why it's crucial that we get the boots on the ground and start talking to each other like neighbors used to do before cell phones and everything else.
That's right. Yeah.
I grew up in the 80s as a kid that was very, I didn't have a whole lot. My family was a struggling middle class family that was trying to get through the tough times of Pierre Trudeau himself, right?
So the next question is, Kyle, this is about the message for everyone.
Yeah, why should everyone be a part of Yellow Vest? Why should they put on a vest and join us? What's the reason? What do you want to say to the viewers right now?
I just like people to get behind our movement, right? Because we're peaceful. We're doing what's right. You know, it's not a matter of like we're just out there protesting for craps and giggles, right? We're not. We're out there protesting because we need to stand up for what's right. You know, if we let this continue, we have no future. We have no money to spend. We have nothing. We'll never be able to buy homes because nobody will be able to afford anything.
Yeah.
The carbon tax is coming April 1st, and it's going to make life incredibly unbearing for a lot of people that I know, including myself. we live right on that teeter line, right? And this madness has to end. Like, when we're paying taxes at 42% on pretty much everything we do, and that's not including fuel taxes and carbon taxes. This is just straight up taxes that we pay on a daily basis without those, and that's 42%.
Yeah.
I find that to be absolutely absurd.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And rent too. Like, I live in BC, where some of the highest rents in Canada are. And it's unbelievable that people charge this much. I fully understand why too, because of the cost of housing. But it's getting out of control. Like, people cannot afford to live. There's so much homelessness going on out here. A lot of people living in cars and RVs underneath bridges in downtown Vancouver.
Yeah. I know about that, yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and tent cities are going up everywhere, right? Like, you can go drive through Abbotsford and you can find all kinds of tent cities.
Right, look at that.
We get nothing. We give him everything and we get nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
And we have to pay for every mistake that he pulls off too, which is almost every day.
Yeah, his spending habits are out of control, that's for sure.
That is just absurd how much spending he has to have. Like, there's no need for that. This large government thing is just too much. Like how many government workers do you really need?
Yeah.
Exactly. We don't even have.
We survived for decades on very minimal government.
Oh yeah, there used to be in the 1980s. I heard this statistic before. Some 1 in 27 Canadians was a government worker back in the 80s, but now it's up to 1 in 9.
Yeah, isn't that absurd?
Yeah, so the other 8 Canadians have to pay for the 1 out of 9. Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, it comes down to is there's way more money leaving our country than is coming in.
Yeah.
How does that equate to a fair economy as Bill, or is his name Bill Morneau or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Our finance minister, or whatever they call him.
Yeah.
He specifically stated in the last fiscal update that our economy was doing fine, and apparently wages were going up as well.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I would actually really love to know whose wages are going up, because everybody that I've talked to since that day has not seen a raise in like years.
Yeah.
Right.
So it really makes you wonder whose wages are growing, right? And I know exactly who they're referring to when it comes to wage growth. That's the government itself.
Oh yeah.
Wonderfully
well, a lot of these people, they're protesting pipelines, and you know what? Gotta understand, we want alternative fuel sources in the future. We don't, want to necessarily rely on oil for the rest of our lives. But in terms of environmental impact, we're actually doing the world a misdirection, a burden. We're polluting the earth more by shipping the oil here instead of using our own. It's actually producing more emissions by purchasing our oil offshore instead of at home.
Yeah, and I fully agree with you there. I'm all with Stop Saudi Oil. Like, I'm good friends with Jeff Ballingall from Ontario Proud.
Yeah.
And he started that quite some time ago, and that thing has taken off.
Yeah. Oh, those videos are awesome.
It's written on my vest now, right? Like, now that I found my Sharpie collection and I can banner up my vest, that's what I'm doing. I totally agree. Like, every day that Justin Trudeau purchases oil from Saudi Arabia, you do realize that he's committing treason against every single one of us Canadians, right?
It's true.
It is 100% true, because that money that goes to Saudi Arabia goes straight into a terrorism fund that goes directly to the Yemen war.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Like that's their war chest money. Like, and he's allowed to get away with this. This is why I don't understand why our RCMP and CSIS aren't doing their thing, right? And I fully understand now why. Is because the corruption is rampant, right? It's all over the map. It doesn't matter where. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate.
It is. That's what's ruining us, right? Like, it's ruining our confidence in our system, period. Like, I don't have any confidence in our police force whatsoever anymore.
Oh, there's good men. There's good boys in blue. I think it's just a couple of bad people running the show behind the scenes is what I think it is.
Oh, I fully agree with you on that one. But as you can tell, though, like, the way I see how governments work, and I've tried to preach this a few times on my Facebook profile, is you cannot trust a single politician these days. Like, there's not one that I trust. Period.
We want a new system.
Jeremy, how I think of all of this predicament, getting out of it, is more investments, or rather majority of the investments here in Canada versus spending our money even for stock markets or the rightful kind of dividends coming in, but not in foreign investments, but here in Canada, even for infrastructure. Create some housing for homeless, and then eventually profits will come out of it as well. It's sustainable within Canada. You don't have to be sustainable in a global way. We can be sustainable within Canada. It's self-sufficient.
Heck yeah, we could be fully sustainable within Canada. We have been in the past.
Yeah. You know, the Bank of Canada can help us do that. Exactly.
We got so much bloody oil in our ground. Like, we have one of the world's largest oil reserves in the ground.
Right.
And the whole world is fighting against us to get that oil to Tidewater. You know, like, and I've read stories after stories after stories, and companies and these corporations and shell companies in the States, they're all funding the anti-oil sands, basically. Like, and it drives me absolutely nuts.
All right, Jeremy, so thank you very much for everything that you do for us. The boots on the ground, the social media, the World Group, 29 countries. That's insane. This movement has skyrocketed in just 2 months, the short time. Thanks for the interview, buddy, and the best of luck out in BC.
Well, thank you guys for inviting me on the show. This has been a privilege, and I can't wait to see and hear from you guys again.
All right, we'll talk to you very soon, all right?
Thank you, Jeremy. Keep the torch burning in West Coast. Yeah, perfect.
Thank you, and have a great evening, guys.
You too as well. Thank you, Jeremy.
No problem.
Good night. Bye. Thank you, friends. Thank you for being with us, listening to this show. We try to bring you the updates of what has happened in the Yellow Vest movement all across Canada. And we'll encourage you, recommend you, humbly suggest to you to kindly look up the following websites. Kyle, can you say them for us?
All right, so they are yvclive.ca, yvc.me, and then UnitedYellowVestsCanada.ca.
We encourage all of us Canadians, right from the East Coast to the West Coast, to consider coming on Saturdays to help us create awareness about this movement. Wear yellow, wear your yellow vest, your work jacket, and come to the Saturday protests.
Thank you very much for tuning in and watching, and we'll hope to see you again.
Thank you very much. Good night, guys.